I feel its bloodlust. I feel its need for vengeance. I feel the orb's pain. We'll do what we need to. We'll do what we must. Beside me, this human girl reeks of the orb's sullied powers. I can smell her despair. It insults us. How dare she even be associated with our power? In front of me, another girl has the same stink, but much worse. Pathetic. They shiver where they stand. They fear us. The orb is angry. Its power has been defiled by them for their own selfish purposes. It would be easy to take these two humans who cower before me, but some others have appeared. These others aren't human. I look to my left, and from one of the side doors, 3 figures have appeared. Grimalkins in human form, that much I can tell. The older woman in front seems familiar, but I don't know why. The weapons they wield are crafted by Grimalkin hands. They are not of this world. However, I come to quickly understand why the orb is ice cold to touch. Like a beacon in the darkest night, we see a shard of us hanging from that Grimalkin's dirty neck. It calls out to us. How dare that vile thing keep it from us? How dare it use our power? Slowly, the orb rises from my hand and floats above me. I feel its hatred, and I can only smile. The young girl cowers at my feet, screams as the vile Grimalkins make their approach. I haven't encountered a Grimalkin for years, not since that one night. Gradually, my body becomes feather light. I feel myself rising from the ground to float majestically under the orb and its immense power. Yes, I say, reacting to the orb's intentions to cleanse the area. They shall be ours. They'll pay for the transgressions against us. The air around us becomes static as I feel the orb charging. Its warmth surrounds me in a feeling of sheer delight. Once they've all been absorbed, they will be no more, and a missing shard will be ours once again. They'll pay for what they did to us. Brilliant light bursts from the orb. The entire room is bathed in light so incredibly potent it burns my eyes and singes my hair. They will be nothing. They'll be ours. It will be ours. Nothing can resist the orb. When we want you, it's pointless to resist. Unable to see, blinded by the light, I feel the orb's brilliance above me. I can feel my skin burning from the intense heat, but I'm only delighted. Whoever these people are, it doesn't matter. Whatever they're doing, we don't care. Once they're ours, we'll continue our search for the other shard and that vile doctor. 15 years previously, several years after the fall of Ubixis, Earth, unknown town. Months. I've been walking for months. This body's broken beyond saving. Who was this man? It doesn't matter now. After months of searching, we've arrived, and the trail of its use is still warm. With a swipe of my finger across the orb's surface, bodies of all genders and races flash across my body. Different heights make me feel a little nauseous as I dart from short to tall. Eventually, I stop and don't even bother to inspect what I've become. All I know is that my clothes are ill-fitting. I'm much shorter than I once was. Clutching the orb tight, it reacts to me by glowing and radiating warmth. As I continue my trek, My shoes fall from my body, causing me to stumble. I look down and frown as my small feet stand on the cold and rough sidewalk. Clothes, I mumble to myself. How often does this nuance of clothing forsake me? Maybe a suitcase full of different garments might help ease these transitions from one to the other. Across the road from me in this small, unassuming town is a supermarket. I approach, having to hold my pants up with my spare hand. Entering the building, we pick up a scent, or a feeling we've not felt for years. We find it hostile, and the orb becomes cool to the touch. I look around at the humans shopping in this store, and I can tell something isn't right. Yes, I mutter to the orb. I see it. We're in the right place. They aren't human at all. Unmistakably Grimalkins clinging to this world in new human bodies. How dare they?
Ma'am?
A young woman says, approaching me from the side.
Do you need assistance?
She gasps at me as she gets closer.
My goodness! Have you been attacked?
My face full of disgust at the Grimalkins going about their business. I slowly turn to look at the woman. She's native to this world, that much is obvious. I hate that look of worry plastered across her face like she's sorry for me. Wipe that look off your face, I reply bluntly.
Ma'am?
The woman quickly replies, looking down at my bare feet.
Clearly something's happened to you. Are you being followed? Do you need me to call the police?
Taking a moment to acknowledge the new form the orbs blessed me with, I look down at myself. I'm short, but unlike other female forms I've taken, I'm young and sprightly. Clothes, I say, emotionless, engaging the native creature in conversation. The woman gives me the most confused and concerned look. Again, I hate that she's pitying me. I should absorb her and wear her face for the disrespect. However, I need to keep a low profile. If I alert the Grimalkin hive, they'll scatter like the vermin they are. We're so close. We can feel their abuse of our power all over this town.
Aisle 4,
the woman says and points.
Do you want me to help you?
I'm about to storm off in that direction, but a single thought crosses my mind. I look down at my chest, and yet another annoyance of my existence rears its ugly head. Slowly, I lift my top and expose my chest to the woman. What size are these? I ask, watching her become embarrassed at the sight of something she also has as a female. Humans are such odd creatures. They're just mammaries designed to feed their young.
My goodness!
The woman shrieks, turning away from my exposed upper body.
Please, ma'am, you're in public. Pull down your top. You're not even wearing a bra.
I oblige her as others around us start to look and stare. What size, I repeat. These things frustrate me if not bound, I explain.
I don't...
The woman looks away from me for a second and shakes her head. She's lucky I'm keeping a low profile. I can feel the orb's lust to feed.
Maybe a C-cup,
she reluctantly answers. I let out a breath, trying to suppress the urge to take her. I then gesture to the rest of my body. What size? I ask, wanting her to explain what size of clothing I require. The woman appears to be getting annoyed at me, or scared. I'm not sure. I don't usually interact with these things long enough to understand their odd facial expressions. She steps backward like she wants to end the conversation.
Maybe a size 8.
Taking another step back and turning away.
Aisle 4,
she repeats, moving at a pace in another direction. I watch her walk away before I realize how cold my feet are. I move to aisle 4, and yes, women's garments are hanging from the racking. I stand in front of the underwear sections, and I can barely concentrate with the stench of grimalkins infecting our senses. Shaking it off, I reach for the bra size that the woman suggests. I then gather the matching underwear, having been told this is the correct human-female etiquette. As I approach the changing room, I snag some pants in the size suggested, and a simple top and jacket. Discarding my old, tatty, and rather musty-smelling male clothing, I don't waste a second dressing this new form. I'm indeed much shorter, but this might allow me to go more unseen. The man I was before was unusually tall for a human. Stepping out of the changing room with my new, more appropriate attire, I step in front of the shoes they have to offer. Boots with heels are my only option. I press the bottom of a pair against my feet and assume they're the correct size. "Miss?" A male wearing a similar uniform to the woman from earlier approaches me. "You need to pay for those items." The person looks me up and down, and then stares at the orb that I placed carefully on the floor as I slide my feet into the boots I've selected. I can see the orb's gentle glow shimmering in his eyes. "What is that?" they ask, recoiling at the sight of it, but unable to look away. Zipping up the boots and awkwardly getting to my feet, I grab the orb and hide it from them. It's ice cold to the touch. "Leave," I reply, knowing we need to feed, but not wanting to make a scene. The person shakes their head to snap back to reality as I hide the orb from sight. "You, they say, bemused. "You need to take that stuff off and pay." "Leave," I repeat sternly, knowing that I can only hold the orb's lust for so long before it lashes out. They don't heed my warning. They step closer to me and dare to touch me by putting a hand on my body. "Ma'am," the person says sternly, "I'm security here, and I believe you're shoplifting." I look at their hand on me. I can feel their grip on my much smaller frame. The orb is now so cold in my hand that it feels like daggers on my skin. "Leave us," I say calmly. "Nice try, little lady," he says with a smug smile. "You're coming with me." My hand is now entirely numb. I know what's about to happen, and as that thought crosses my mind, the orb slides from my hand and begins to float in front of us both. What was once a terrifying sight now brings me joy when it needs feeding. That sensation of power after a fresh feed flows through us both like a shot of pure adrenaline.
What is that?"
The man shrieks as the orb floats motionless above my head. Feeling the majestic surge of static energy, I don't care to answer. I just glare as it lifts me from the floor. We are majestic. "Just this person," I whisper, knowing we've got to keep a low profile. However, it spins and emits incredible amounts of heat. I know what it has planned. One person is not sufficient. It aims to absorb all humans and grimalkins in disguise. A cleanse of the immediate area. As I float in the air, I rise above the supermarket racking, and I'm able to see all of the beings in this building. The orb shines brightly, and that's quickly followed by shrieks of fear and confusion. They cower beneath us, like we're a god. Seconds later, the orb explodes with a wall of immensely bright light. Light that would even eclipse this world's star. It's so fierce I feel this new body of mine burning into nothing. The pain is intense. That feeling of souls being gathered in one sharp attack is heavenly. My body's being destroyed, but my soul is being supercharged. Our life force becomes stronger and stronger with every soul we take. I hear screams from women, children, and men. I hear wailing as intense heat melts the building's metal frame around us. I hear deafening cries for help as the orb's light rips out their souls to drink upon them like nectar. As my eyes, hair, and skin burst into flame, I can only smile. As my physical body dies, I wonder who this woman was. Her form being cooked away by the majestic orb above me leaves me feeling nothing. Doesn't matter now. Her only evidence of existence is being burnt from this world. A new body will be required. Maybe a male one. Less hassle.
Thank you so very much for watching and making it all the way to the very end. If you've enjoyed the content, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where members get early access to all our content,